Shalom Aleichem. The hypocrisy is unbelievable. Michelle Obama, for example, just a few years ago, when Boko Haram, the terrorist organization, kidnapped 270 girls, she went around with signs and outspoken for these Nigerian girls. Today, she's all quiet when it's Jewish people that were kidnapped. Her husband, Barack Obama, is even understanding Hamas, and he gives it somewhat legitimacy for their bad and evil actions. Turkey, for example, in 1915, killed almost 1 million Armenians. Some say even 1.2 million. Just genocide, cleansing. For example, Syria, in the last 10 years, killed 500,000 people. How about Russia in the Ukrainian war? Also about 500,000 people. And all these people, all these countries come against the Jewish state that's trying to defend from the terrorism that Hamas, the barbaric subhumans, have caused in Israel. This hypocrisy is not only from the countries, but it's all over. The media is full with different players, different organizations, and so on and so forth, that the hypocrisy is just unbelievable, the two-face. But who's the first two-faced person that we found in the Torah? This is Lavan. Let's find out how he worked out his hypocrisy and what the technique that he used. When Lavan hears that Yaakov Avinu is coming to town, he heard from Rachel, he right away runs towards him. Seems like he's ready for such an hospitality. He's ready to bring him over to the house with open hands. He kisses him, he hugs him, and so on. Rashi tells us, don't be mistaken. The reason he ran towards Yaakov is because he thought that Yaakov came with money and he wanted to draw out his money, to take his money. Right away, he hugs him. What's the purpose of the hugging? Rashi tells us he was trying to feel him out, to see maybe he has money, he has jewelry, he has diamonds in his pockets. He didn't feel anything, so he kissed him. When he kissed him, he was able to feel his mouth. Maybe he's hiding something in his mouth. When he saw that Yaakov Avinu has nothing there, he told him, oh, why don't you just come to my house? We are relatives, and you are here without any place to stay. Come stay by me. Beautiful hospitality, such a nice person. The truth of the matter is that Rashi tells us that he made him work with that time that he stayed by him. It wasn't just a free stay, he made him work. The Ramban says that the hypocrisy of Lavan worked like this. He told him that, of course, I know that somebody like you, Yaakov Avinu, righteous person, would not want to stay for free. So I really would like you to stay here without any pay. Of course, we are relatives, but I don't want you to feel bad. I don't want you to feel uncomfortable. Therefore, you could work towards the stay. Beautiful. The truth of the matter is that this is all in his name, Lavan. When you think about it, why is he called Lavan? Lavan, white, which comes to say that he whitens his actions by his name. This is how these people are. They speak morality, but inside they are evil. They speak one way, but they are in another way inside. That's why it's called two-face. According to Chachamim, it's called tzavua. Chachamim tell us in Masechet Sotah Kaf Bet, Tizaru min hatzvuim. Be careful from those hypocrisies, from the tzvuim. What does it mean tzavua in Hebrew? Colored. Colored means he has over here, he shines two different colors. One color is towards the other, and one color is inside. On the outside, he has beautiful colors. Inside, he has this evil and bad colors that you can clearly see from the way they act, the way they talk. It's completely not the way that they are inside. And therefore, when Yaakov Avinu comes to marry Rachel, he knows already that Lavan, he might try to deceive him and give him Leah. Yaakov Avinu makes sure, and therefore he tells him, Berachel, Bitcha, Haktana. What does it mean, Berachel? Rashi tells us that he wants to marry Rachel. So what did he say? Your daughter, Bitcha. The answer is, Rashi says, is that he was afraid that maybe Lavan would grab another Rachel from a different family and give it to him. So he told him, no, I need your daughter, Rachel. And since he might think that maybe Lavan would change the name of Leah to Rachel, and now she'll be his daughter, therefore he told him, no, Bitcha Haktana, it needs to be your small daughter. And therefore, he closed with that all gaps. Still, Lavan, on the day of the marriage, gives him Leah. When he wakes up in the morning, and Yaakov sees that he married Leah, not Rachel, he comes back to Lavan. Lavan tells him, what do you want? It's not moral to marry your younger daughter before your older daughter. There's an order over here. We got to work with morality. The system of how to do things, you have to keep in line. Over here, the first daughter you marry first, and then the second daughter. Lavan comes out as a nice person, moral person, in line. We're following the law, following the way things should be done. But it's all an hypocrisy. How do you deal with hypocrisy? Rashi tells us that when he met Rachel, Rachel already warned him about her father. She said that he's going to try to deceive him in various ways. Lavan told her, Anashim achim anachnu. Yaakov told her, Anashim achim anachnu. We are like brothers. What did he mean to say by that? Rashi tells us that you should know that I work in the same system. If you work with me with honesty, he'll be straightforward. I'll be the most honest person with him. But if he's trying to deceive me, to lie, to cheat, to cut corners, I'll do the same thing. I know how it works. Rabbeinu Yonah explains that people think that the tzaddikim don't know the games of the reshaim. When they speak to the tzaddikim, to the righteous person, to the Talmidei Chachamim, they think they can manipulate them. Rabbeinu Yonah says they are completely wrong. The tzaddikim know exactly the way they think. They know exactly their games. And therefore Yaakov Avinu tells her he's not going to be able to manipulate me, because if he's going to try to do that, I'll oversmart him. And indeed, later on, with the system that he made with Lavan tried to cheat him 100 times, and Yaakov Avinu picked on every time, and eventually Yaakov Avinu was able to have his hands upright. So therefore we understand that although normally a person should follow the correct path, the honest way, which normally would lead you to the correct way of dealing with people, and even if the other person is trying to deceive you, that is normally the honest way, the truth way. The straight way would get you much further in the game. But sometimes when you see there's no other way but to play his game, you gotta beat him in his own game.